Guys and gals, welcome to this week's pre-foreclosure tip of the week. Chris the Drummer Bowes, Bob LaChance, this from preforeclosuredailygrind.com. This week we have some pretty good tips this week. Lately, for some reason, we've been getting a lot of grief from, well, both buyer's agents and listing agents, and we're going to go over how to basically set the proper expectations up front and explain how to overcome some objections that we've been getting. And Chris is going to go in particular with that because he gets hammered with that stuff on a daily basis. So, I mean, this is extremely important, especially if you are doing the loss mitigation work for real estate agents. Extremely important on how to overcome certain objections. Also, we're going to go over, and this is very important because a lot of you guys, or everyone pretty much that's doing short sales today, get hit with stalemates, meaning when a first mortgage tells you that they want a short sale acceptance letter from the second mortgage before they'll give you a short sale acceptance letter, and vice versa. If the second mortgage says, no, I won't give you a short sale acceptance letter until the first mortgage gives you one. Right. So those are the two things that we're going to go over today that are extremely important that we've been facing a lot. So let's talk about the first one, Chris. First, let's talk a little bit about the frustration chain and where the frustration starts when you're dealing with real estate agents and they're outsourcing their short sales to us.
Right. Well, first off, one thing to understand right off the bat, these agents, probably 99% of them are not going to be agents who actively do short sales to the degree and to the level that, you know, that like us, that probably most of you who are watching do short sales. So the majority of agents that you're working with, that you're doing loss mit for, will not. They can't understand. They won't understand, and they just can't understand
because they've never done it.
Because they've never done it. Okay. But typically in a normal short sale, what I've experienced, I'll oftentimes, I mean, I'll have frustration start maybe with either the listing or the buyer's agent, but typically it starts with the buyer's agent because what usually happens is again, because they just simply can't understand, you know, what's involved in a short sale, all the ins and outs. They see it as, well, my buyer wants to get in by a certain time. My buyer has a rate that's expiring. We have to get this done right now. Plus, they might even just be like, we just don't feel like waiting 3 months. That's, to us, seems ridiculous. We want this thing closed in a month just because we want to, for no other reason than that. So typically then what happens is the buyer's agent gets all worked up.
So that's where the frustration starts, is from the buyer's agent because of maybe maybe the selling or listing agent didn't set the proper expectations up front, how long the process is going to take. But we're just going over the frustrations where they originate from. Right,
and the other thing is that, you know, I mean, setting expectations, we talk about it all the time, it's crucial, but understand that, again, because these agents, the majority of them, do not do short sales, even if you set expectations, you'll still have to constantly explain to them what's going on, clarify it, you know, tell them what to expect from that point, this point moving forwards. But anyways, back to it. So it starts with the buyer's agent, and then usually, you know, they express it to the listing agent, because usually the listing agent's the person that you know has hired us, and so they relay it to the listing agent, their issues, their concerns, and obviously then from there it comes to us. So it comes to me.
Yeah, and what we need to do right up front is sit down or talk to that listing agent and explain, okay, if we're dealing with a Bank of America loan, here's what's going to happen. It's going to take X amount of days, 2 to 4 months, or whatever it is. Well, right now, I mean, it's 4 to 6 months, or it depends if it originated from Countrywide or Bank of America.
Right.
What are just so we know, that's actually a good tip right there.
Or it depends on who the investor is. You know, Bank of America, pretty much, if it was originated with Bank of America, pretty much all of their deals, regardless of investor, are taking 6 months and up.
How many numbers are on the loans when it is a Bank of America originated loan? This is a good tip.
Right. You'll know it's a Bank of America originated loan if it's got 10 digits.
Okay.
If it's got 9, it was originated with Countrywide.
And those are the quicker ones?
They can be if it's a conventional loan. If it's a government loan, like a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, you're still looking upwards of 4 to 6 months.
Okay, okay. So that's a good tip. If it's 9 digits, it's a Countrywide originated loan, which Bank of America bought. If it's a 10-digit loan number, it's originated by Bank of America. Great tip.
Yeah.
And if it's have that on our list there, that's pretty good.
If it's anything over that, it's probably a home equity line of credit with Bank of America. So.
Okay. Hey, and I also forgot to mention that the introductory music that you guys heard was from Chris's band, Columbia Fields. Good stuff. So I know we changed the music up a little bit. I don't want to throw you guys off. But anyway, that's basically the bottom line is we have to set expectations to get back to what we were talking about. Right. You have any closing thoughts on that?
Just be crystal clear with it. You know, one thing I like to tell listing agents, especially if it's our first deal together, and let's say if the first property we work on is a Bank of America or WAMU or Chase or any of these lenders that take upwards of like 3 to 4 months. What I like to tell the listing agents is when they are discussing the short sale with any prospective buyers, obviously to set the expectations, to be crystal clear, and to just basically have them ask the buyer the favor of, if you don't intend to wait that long, or if you can't wait that long, please just don't even submit an offer and don't waste our time.
Another thought there too. Bank of America, I believe they're changing their ways. We could now change buyers. Talk about that a little bit. That's a good one, Chris. We didn't have this. This stuff is good.
Actually, I think we discussed that yesterday, but
yeah, we did, but not on the grind. Not with the
not
with the grinder, not the daily grinders. All right.
That's another cool thing too. When you call in, and it's usually mostly with Countrywide loans.
Even though they're through REO Trans, right. What Chris does, though, tell them what you do.
Well, what they ask for when you're calling to follow up on the status of the short sale, two of the questions now that the reps will ask you is who is the buyer and what is the purchase price. So if you've gotten another buyer, if you've lost a buyer and you've sent in a new offer, then at that point, as long as obviously the offer and the HUD are on file, you can explain to them, tell them here's the new buyer and here's the new purchase price, and they'll substitute that one in without having to kick it back to the beginning.
And it takes, what, 7 to 10 business days for them to get that new offer and HUD on file.
Right.
That's another tip. Dude, we're on fire today.
That's like 3 already.
That's good stuff. And we got your intro music.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
All right, now we're gonna end it on. I don't even know how long this video's taken, but we got some good stuff today, though.
More good stuff.
But now we're gonna end. We're gonna talk about when a first mortgage and a second mortgage is at a stalemate on getting an acceptance letter from one or the other.
Right.
Okay. Let's talk about Chase a little bit and exactly how you worded it this past deal.
Basically, what I did was, again, we had a stalemate here. The second loan was with Chase's recovery department,
which is fun.
The first was with just the one of the general Chase offices, and both were in a stalemate. So I went to both, and I basically just said, I understand your position. Why don't you, because it makes sense, what if you were to issue an approval, a preliminary approval, with the verbiage specifically in there saying short sale approval, this short sale approval is contingent upon the, whatever, if it was, in this case we got the approval from the first, we got it from the first, so he put it in as contingent upon the junior lien releasing their lien in the amount of $2,000.
That's a good way to do it.
So just ask that. Because then that way they're not, binding themselves to something that can come back and bite them. It clearly states in here that it's contingent upon the junior lien's approval for a certain price. So if that never happens, then they're fine. Obviously, this is a null and void agreement.
And this will work good if they actually own the loan. If it's a Chase originated loan or Bank of America, and they actually own it and they're not servicing it. Meaning, if they're servicing it, they're pretty much doing the accounting behind the scenes and collecting all the payments and all that kind of stuff. But that is huge right there.
Yeah.
That's a good one. What you could do is, if you actually get some pushback from that loss mitigator, you say, listen, could you just submit this to management and ask them? Yeah. That's extremely important. That's a great way to do it.
And obviously no guarantee. But we're tier. It's something, if you have a negotiator with half a brain, it makes sense. You can present it as something that just is, makes sense in that way. And
it works with a dude that doesn't have half a brain.
Yeah, right.
This guy keeps calling the office asking for Bob Lance. Is that what it is?
I don't know. Your half brother or something?
I don't know. Who the hell knows? But anyway, that's it. Those are like 20 tips today. We're on fire. But anyway,
spoiling these people.
Chris the Drummer Bowles, Bob LaChance from PreforeclosureDailyGrind.com. Hey, check out ManageMyShortSale.com. It's our online short sale and loan modification management tool. Also, coming in the month of February, we actually have a boot camp we're doing. We don't travel around ever, really. So we're doing it actually in Orlando. So if you guys want to bring your families, friends, everybody, we'll be probably putting on a link on our site later on. But in the meantime, Again, Chris DeJarmo, Bob LaChance from Pre-Foreclosure Daily Grind, tip of the week. See you guys next week.
Whatever happened to the butterflies?